Hello, buddy. You just chilling out, huh, with the kitty? Yeah. Oh, he said watch it. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. I do this every year. Wishing everybody happy Thanksgiving. It's just a little different. I'm saying a little different. It's a whole lot different. My son's not here with us. As you know, he passed away Monday, 26 years old. I did a live of it a day or two ago. I'm sure all of you guys know. But y'all have a fantastic day today. Stay with your families. Love them all. When they show up at that house, you give them a hug. Right about right now, Devin would be walking down this path because he always loved the chickens and he always took care of them. It's our little burn pile's got to get cleaned up. He told me about that. We got to get it done. And all the chickens. Look at the chickens. Look, Dev. Today's a hard day for me, my family, Kelly, the kids. But we're getting through it because we have to. My daughter Kelsey, with her family, with my adorable grandkids, are here as well. Having my hard times today. Also wanted to tell every single one of you that gave their condolences and just wanted to help. I want to thank all of you guys. We all, me, Kelly, the kids, all thank you. It's a hard day today. I've prayed a lot. You know, I've never been through something like this, so I'm still asking God, you know. Devin's pastor called me this morning. We talked for about an hour. Friends called me as well. Mr. Tom with Deep South Bama with Mr. Tom. He has a YouTube channel. You guys all know him. Sammy with Godwin Honey called. Families called. We're going to have our little Thanksgiving and we're going to do the things that we need to do. See, Devin at this time is all excited about his favorite dish, his yams. He even says it in his videos. If you ever have a chance to find time to be able to go to his videos, he didn't have a big channel, but you know what? Some people watched him. It was kind of hard to find. He always loved his yams, so Kelly was making them earlier, and she just said she can't do it. But I had to tell her that she had to do it. She really did, because that's what Devin wants. We're not going to stop that, so we're trying to get our stuff together. I fried the turkey. I just took it out. The fryer. I still got to carve it. People are running around and keeping themselves busy making the preparations for today. All these kitties just playing around, not a worry in the world. Having fun. Oh, there's some more trash to pick up. Not today. And I know tomorrow's going to be really, really, really hard for us because that's when his services are. So I gotta shake it off, and I'm for right now, and I'm gonna bring you guys in. And as I walk back, it's a little rainy today. Just a sad day. Gloomy. Well, Rex, what are you saying? Are you happy? Are you a happy bird? What would Devin tell you? Peacock! Peacock! Is that what Devin would tell you? That's what he'd tell you every day. Peacock! Hey, Max. This is Max.
Say hi.
One of my grandchildren that came to visit. Oh, he's going to want me to. And that's his dad, Mitchell. Y'all have seen him in past videos. Devin even made some videos with Mitch. I was watching those last night. One of his first videos.
Mm-hmm.
Max.
I think maybe his first or something.
Max, you want to tell somebody hi? Tell them hello.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And this is Charlie. Hi, Charlie.
Hi.
You having fun today? That's good. What are you doing, my baby girl? Look at them blue eyes. So, we fixed the same things we always fix for Thanksgiving. String bean casserole.
Ham.
We got the ham.
This is cornbread dressing. These are Devin's yams.
There's Devin's yams. Devin, you ready? Told you we'd fix it.
They look
He's smiling.
burnt. They look burnt on video, but they're just
That's just a marshmallow.
they're just a little brown.
They're a little brown, huh?
They're just a little brown.
And then we'll move on over. This is 10 pounds.
Yeah, 10 pounds of mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Josh's mashed potatoes.
That's Josh's mashed potatoes.
All
This
rice
is-
dressing.
Kelly, that's her dressing. Her famous rice dressing. So good. And the turkey's finished frying. Yeah, the crust looks a little darker, but that's okay. This is the most delicious turkey you can ever taste. So good. Josh has never had fried turkey, so
I'm excited.
this is going to be new for him.
We did a charcuterie board too.
And this is the biscuits. Hey, you still got to have biscuits. Oh, I see a pecan pie.
We also got pumpkin.
Oh, and cheesecake. Somebody already cut into it.
Famous cheesecake.
Miss Kelly.
It's Zoe's famous cheesecake, and it is delicious. She actually, Zoe and Josh's famous cheesecake, and they actually sold some of these.
Mhm. It's our pastor.
So delicious. These are the pies that need to go in. They haven't gotten in there yet.
Okay, and then pumpkin
Let me
pie.
show you what Zoe did.
And this is me and Joshua's charcuterie board that we made for Thanksgiving.
Zoe always makes them for the holidays, and Josh helped them out. They did such a great job. Look at this stuff, guys. It's a little messy, so if you see something out of place, I'm sorry. That's our charcuterie board.
Get a whole bunch of crackers for it too.
Something to keep us busy.
Mhm.
Crackers and
I got spinach dip over there too.
then some spinach dip. That's always good too.
It's really good.
I take this walk every day since this happened. I just screamed to the clouds. Devin! Oh, and it's raining now. I scream to the clouds. Scream his name and just don't understand. This is going to be a different kind of life. I'm sorry, I can't show my face because I am just too tore up. I look like mush. Look like mush. And the only thing that keeps popping in my mind is when I was standing here. I'm watching that hearse take my son away, pull out this driveway. Oh, I hope this never happens to anybody else, because it's hard to deal with. To know that he's never going to pull back in that driveway. Whew. I have to stay strong. I know. I have to. I have other kids. I have my wife. I got to stay strong. And everybody's telling me this, but it's so hard to explain of how hard it is to stay strong. I don't know if it's still there. I hope my phone's not getting wet because it's starting to rain. No, it's not there. I wanted to show you a little stick I carved and I just put it right there, but somebody had already passed through. Hiding under a tree. It's not raining too hard. Devin, you making this rain happen? Are you? Whew. My son has gone through a lot in his life. He was a fighter though. 26 years old. As I said before, he almost passed away, and God granted us a reprieve and let him live and gave us another 23 years with him. It just don't seem right that I'm not going to see my son walking down this field. He liked to walk the dogs down this road. He actually has one of his first videos that he made. Bless his heart. He was just trying to do YouTube. Then he gave up. But I do have memories. And that's why I do these memories. Not only for me, but for my family. Because it gives them a remembrance of what has happened. And I'm so thankful. Thank you, Devin. So thankful for him giving me that chance to have videos of him. And boy, when you put it on that big TV, it's like he's there. And I'll just sit down in a recliner and just watch him. I've watched one over and over again. Because it shows his face. His beautiful face. He had so much he wanted to do in life. I asked Kelly if she wanted to talk. She just can't. She really broke down. And now she just can't. And that's understandable. Everybody deals with their own grief. And I didn't want to really do a video, but I had to do it for Devin. I had to do this video for my son. Because he would have wanted me to. And then my kids in 2 or 3 years from now want to look back, or wherever in time, that they have something that they can actually see. I'm trying to wait for this rain to stop so I don't get my phone too wet. This grass needs to be cut, and Devin will tell you too. Gotta cut the grass. You can tell this is his last cut right here. He'll grab the push lawnmower and he'll cut it up to this point. But since we haven't cut the field, they don't have to do that. But you can see what he did. He cut this. He kept this up. He kept all this up, and just walking around. Let me tell you something. How hard it is. To walk around and see the last things that Devin did. I don't care if it's just rolling up an extension cord and having it on the floor. The brush that he used to clean the porch. Oh, the things that how he left them in his bedroom. And in his bedroom, they'll stay that way. We'll fold his clothes. Because that was one of the things, Devin, fold your clothes. Fold your clothes, Devin. Don't leave it pile up right here. One of the things that he did not like to do was fold clothes, but he did it. And there's some that need to be folded. I gotta tell you, I'm a proud papa. Proud of that boy. And I know how hard tomorrow is gonna be when I see him. Everybody deals with this differently, and Kelly's didn't want to view him and see him that way, so I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring for her, but whatever she wants, her wishes are her wishes, because we're going to bring him home. He's going to be in an urn. We decided to cremate, as I said, and after the visitation, pallbearers will take him out to the hearse, which then he goes and they do the final task. And let me tell you, that's hard to think about, because I think of him in the human body. I think of him in his body, and it's like, don't go, you don't even want to think of that. But I know his soul's not here. I know he's with God. Devin's pastor called me this morning. We talked for over an hour. I don't know if I said that or not. And I told him his story. He didn't know his story. He told me Devin was so open about his life and what he's gone through, and you guys don't know. You know, I try to tell little bits and pieces, and they're trying to get it through there. And I've told the miracle in my last video that was granted to Devin, and the angels were flying around, man. And he was meted by an angel. But I didn't finish that story, and I'm going to tell you all something. It tells you faith is, and miracles happen on a daily basis. It's all in God's plan. I know this, but it's hard for me to accept my son gone. He also was met with a family that came in when he was in the hospital at one time. He was getting platelets, a platelet transfusion, because they deemed that he was low and he had to whatever that means, and he had to get them. And somebody knocked on the door that we were in, and it was a man and his 12-year-old daughter. And I'm gonna show the book later. I just don't have the time, but I can tell you what I know. And this 12-year-old daughter, when she was 3 years old, she was in that hospital and she had terminal leukemia. There was nothing else that they could do with, oh man, nothing else they could do to save this child, and the family had decided to let her pass away at home. So the next day they were to release her and she was going to go home. And if you know anything about these children's hospitals, they have teams and colleagues of doctors that do the floor, and they did their last test and everything else on her, and I mean, she couldn't move. She was laying in her bed lethargic. You know, she was at her end. And the man told us, which also is in this book, that miracles from the New Orleans Children's Hospital, and she is in there. The next morning she sat up. Praise God. She sat up from her bed, and her mama freaked out and started pressing the button and didn't understand. She just didn't understand that her child was sitting up, because she didn't for so long. And her mom said that, you have to lay down. What's going on? And she says, I'm okay, Mom. You know, as a 3-year-old would say, how a 3-year-old would probably say it, like my son. And she pointed at a card that was on the wall because they were Catholic. There was St. Francis Xavier. He's been passed away for over 100 years. He said he came visit me and put his hand on her stomach, touched and showed where, and said it was going to be okay. So, of course, by that time, the doctors were there, the team of doctors and everybody, and they were astounding, couldn't understand it. And they brought her in for a battery of tests, like they did for my son. And she didn't have an ounce of disease in her body. Not an ounce. How do you explain that? The only way you can explain that is by the glory of God, of Him saving this child. She was 12 years old and she was sitting on the bed with my son. As my son played with something, I don't know, some Legos or something, while he was getting his transfusion. And I'm going to tell you something. This happened when he was 3, and it's 23 years later, and I would walk around and I would say, I would always think it, maybe this girl touched my son and wiped that disease away. I know it's God that did it, and I'm ever so thankful to be able to have a reprieve and be able to be with him for 23 more years. But this just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right. I mean, I ask myself, I beat myself up. How do you keep going? How do you keep going? I'm sorry, I can't show my face. I apologize. I'm at my lowest point, guys. I really am. I think I'll be at my lowest point for the rest of my life. But I got to be happy for Devin. I got to straighten up, and I know he's here with us. He's probably smiling because he's got them yams to eat. He probably doesn't want us to be this way. That's why we still continued with Thanksgiving. I'm going to do Thanksgiving anyway in honor of him. Devin, this is for you, buddy, and wait for Christmas. You're going to see all them presents. My wife takes it hard, Kelly, and it hits her in moments, just like me. And but I'm anyway. On the I posted a community tab. I posted a link to the funeral home, and if you haven't seen it yet, they've added the pictures that we had to put on a flash drive, and they put it on a CD, which they also downloaded it to their site. So if you haven't seen it, you could go back and see the pictures. And you know, what made me say that is this flower right here, this yellow flower, because there's a picture in there of him coming with me on a long trip, and there was just there was fields and fields of sunflowers, and he told me to stop so he can take a picture, and he stood right there in front of them sunflowers. Such a beautiful picture, such a beautiful picture. But there's many more of the memories, and we didn't have time to actually be able to put all of the pictures that we had. Kind of rushed, but we have those, and that's something that we will maybe I'll do a slideshow or something of all the pictures, of all the best ones. That'll be later. Man, I hope y'all have a fantastic Thanksgiving. From the Southern Boy Prepper family to you guys. We're going to continue on, guys. And I don't know what to say. So much that has to be done. Still at a loss. Whoa. How did this happen? Guess we'll never know. There's a chance that they do a toxicology test. We don't know that. I was hoping they would have done an autopsy, but then, like the lady at the place said, we pretty much know that it's a medical condition that caused it. But they still will do a toxicology report, possibly. And if they do, then it takes, because we were asking about the death certificates yesterday, and they said it just depends on how long. If they're going to do a toxicology stuff, then it takes longer. Sometimes they do that to make sure there's no type of drug issues, anything of that nature, which we know is not. And I'm all for it. If they want to do it, do it. There's only two things that it could have been that I think was a very large seizure, or an aneurysm. What else? My mother had aneurysm, and that's what she passed away from. My grandmother had it. It is such a scary thing to think about. And of course, this is a kid that had 25 lesions in his brain. 25 lesions. 25. Poof. And then they were gone by the grace of God. I'm just going to keep doing videos. I'm probably thinking about doing videos on his YouTube channel, just to talk to him. I don't know yet. I know they're ready to eat. I'm sure they're ready. The turkey's done. I took it out the fryer. I actually had to do it in. What was bad was the turkey fryer when I turned it on, and they were using the microwave, and living in an old house that I live in would throw the breaker, so I had to relocate it. The turkey fryer, it's an in-house turkey fryer. QVC sells them. It's made by Butterball. So I cooked it in Devin's room, and I just took it out just before this video. And now I need to go carve it. I think they're already carving it, and I'm sure Josh is already at it. That's such a good boy for my daughter. Sometimes I don't say it, but I got to start. He's an amazing young man, and I wouldn't want anybody else with her. Well, okay, guys, I'm sorry. Got on the rambling again, but you know what? That gets me by, and I walk down this road, and I just talk. Nobody with me, and I'm just talking away. I'll talk to Devin and tell him how happy and proud I am of him, hoping that he understands that we all love him here. I know that he knows we love him. But it's just hard. You start thinking these crazy things. But I'm not going to say that, I guess. Anyway, thank you all. I'm going to say it again. Thank you all for all the condolences. I just can't comment right now. I hope you guys understand that. I was going through them, and it just breaks my heart. And thank you for everything. Thank you for the support. Until the next video, we love you all. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see y'all later.